People knew that they were looking for 257 individuals that were kidnapped. Nobody saw them. We're starting off the week with some good news. Finally, the kidnapped school children have finally been released. A total of 137 students and, of course, the teachers were rescued in Zamfara State. First of all, big ups to our armed forces for pulling off such a daring operation. The successful operation, because they were rescued, took place in the early hours of March 24, 2024. According to the government, they said that the army partnered with local authorities to rescue the students who will be handed to the Kaduna State government. Now, this is the part that's crazy to me. Students were rescued all the way in Zamfara State. It brings a huge moment of hope, thankfulness, gratitude, relief, but it also raises some eyebrow-raising questions, doesn't it? There were a total of over 200 people that were kidnapped. 200 people is a lot of people. Children, teachers, 157 children, rest were teachers, all gathered in what? A bus, a lorry, and you're transporting them to Zamfara State from Kaduna. You guys, Zamfara is approximately 5 hours from Kaduna State by road. So how is it possible that for 5 hours, considering the fact that local authorities, people knew that they were looking for 257 individuals that were kidnapped, nobody saw them? We all know what it's like when you're traveling in Nigeria from state to state. We know the amount of checkpoints there are. We know the amount of police stops there are. So what happened? I'm not the only one asking these questions. A lot of people online are asking these questions. On X, Akin posted this and said, the military only opened itself to more condemnation on this press release. The children were rescued in Zamfara State, which is over 250 kilometers from Kaduna, where they were kidnapped. Shows clearly that we have nothing, or we use nothing to fight crimes. I am ashamed of the NSA also. Another person online, Ibrahim, said this. This seems like acting to me. How do you move 287 students, he probably means students and teachers, in one move and you never get caught? How then were they safely rescued without any casualty or missing persons? There's more to this than the government is telling us. End quote. This thing is flabbergasting to me because, again, how did they manage to move that many people without being caught? It just doesn't make any sense. Now we're also hearing reports about the involvement, again, we keep bringing up this name, of Sheikh Gumi in this whole situation. On one hand, you have the governor, Uba Sani, thanking President Tinubu and the security forces for securing the release of these children. But then you have another video circulating where a mother of one of the kidnapped children claims that they were actually taken, she was taken to Sheikh Gumi's house to discuss the kidnapping. We don't know who took her there. But according to her, the parents had to gather and they contributed, the parents that were there, they contributed over 800k for an individual who was at Sheikh Gumi's house. And they were told it was for transportation. A bombshell, isn't it? Because let's unpack this. If these claims are true and this individual was supposed to assist in the process of releasing the kidnapped children, we don't know who this individual was, but they went to Sheikh Gumi's house to meet this individual. And we already know that Sheikh Gumi has been criticized for his sympathetic stance towards bandits and these kidnappers. And he's always said that, oh, let's negotiate. He's willing to assist in negotiating. Which already, when we now found out, because remember I told you guys that if you are willing to negotiate with terrorists, legally, that is a crime. So already, he's in many ways abetting and involving himself in this process. There's so many different implications to consider. Because what is it that Gumi knows about these terrorists? And that's what I'm calling them. I'm calling them terrorists. That he couldn't tell the federal government to ensure that these children are released. And did he tell the federal government? Why is he always being involved with anything that has to do with kidnappings and banditry? Why does he know so much about them? At this point, we have to ask ourselves these hard questions. What exactly was Sheikh Gumi doing there? Why did some parents go to his house? And who did they go and meet? That they said they had to give 800k for transportation to go and talk to which kidnappers or for what? What message is this thing sending to potential kidnappers? There's so many ethical and legal implications here. If Gumi did facilitate the release of these children, okay, then let's hear it. Let it be said. At the end of the day, there's a lot of accountability that needs to be held. And this whole involvement of Sheikh Gumi being allegedly involved in the release of the kidnapped students, it adds salt to injury. And it's something that really warrants further investigation and scrutiny. Some people have said this, they have given the government an ultimatum that they need to arrest Sheikh Gumi. And on that note, you guys need to click on the next video to find out what's happening.